Hi friends, welcome back to another episode of Generation OG. My name is Alan, and today we continue our breakdown of the Titans from Attack on Titan. So far we've looked at the Colossal, Armored, and Attack Titan. Today we'll be continuing our series by looking at the female Titan and breaking down its strengths and weaknesses, looking at its background and how it matches up with other Titans. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button down below so you don't miss out on the rest of this series. The female Titan is one of the 9 Titans that emerged after the death of Ymir Fritz. Unlike all of the other Titan shifters, the female Titan alone is gendered by its name. We've only seen Annie Lionheart become the female Titan so far in the manga and anime. So it's really unknown what would happen if a male individual inherited the female Titan. There's a possibility we would just see a giant male Titan with tits. But because Titans are basically genderless and more importantly a symbiotic transformation of the shifter, it's much more likely to reflect the physical nature of the inheritor rather than just some preset kind of thing. If you take a look at the founding Titan, which has changed hands between a female and male Titan shifter, the forms generally reflect the user's anatomy rather than some preset one, despite the fact that the first founding Titan was female. It is, however, possible that the Marleyans and the Eldians before them specifically chose only female inheritors for social or cultural or even practical reasons. It could be rooted in something as familiar to us as Title IX for sports programs in public schools. This gives female athletes the right to equal opportunity in sports funding. If you take a look at the Marleyan warriors, most of them are male because men are generally larger, stronger, and faster. So it might be a good idea to make sure there's always one female slot open just so that you have a female perspective, which can be helpful at times. This is just a theory, don't be triggered. Annie Lionheart would bring the female Titan back to Paradise Island as a part of the Marleyan warrior units attempting to capture the founding Titan. While the rest of the team infiltrates the Survey Corps, Annie Lionheart would become a part of the military police and be the unit's eyes and ears in the capital. As the female Titan, Annie Lionheart would first expose herself during the 57th Exterior Scouting mission of the Scout Regiment. Her mission was to capture Eren Yeager, but Scout Regiment Commander Aaron Smith was prepared for this and almost manages to capture the female Titan. The Scouts would eventually figure out the female Titan's identity, leading to another capture attempt in the interior where Annie was deployed in the military police. This time, the Scouts would be successful. The female Titan is probably one of the most balanced Titan shifters, even more so than the Armored and Attack Titan we mentioned in previous videos. It has great top speed and mobility along with long distance endurance. Annie Lionheart was able to keep up with the 57th Exterior Scouting mission and ran back and forth across their formation without tiring. Annie Lionheart was also an extremely accomplished martial artist and had been trained from birth by her father to be a warrior. Her father's relationship with her was solely based on their training, which hardened her and made her much more independent. I mean, sure, right before Annie leaves, her father does break down and confess that he loves her and that he wants her to come back, but the damage had already been done by that point. Annie is a cold killer, more so than any of the other Marleyan warriors. She's both physically and mentally tough. Annie is also most comfortable going lone wolf, and she definitely has the capabilities to back it up. Despite her smaller frame, she's probably the most proficient fighter out of all the warriors. As one of the few female warriors, she needed to depend heavily on martial arts forms that take advantage of an opponent's weight and strength. The female Titan also has really potent hardening abilities. We've seen the female Titan use hardening in critical areas during fights to do massive amounts of damage to Eren's Attack Titan. She's also used this ability to protect her more vulnerable areas from Scout soldiers. Annie was also able to use this ability to crystallize herself as a last-ditch effort to save her from Eren Yeager. This also puts her into a deep coma. It seems like she's still alive, trapped in that crystal somehow, even in the final season many years later. This means that this crystallization process is able to slow down her biological process to the point where she doesn't need to eat or drink for several years. That's really amazing. We're unsure what the long-term consequences of this type of move is and whether she'll ever regain consciousness, but if there are no consequences, we should probably figure out how she did that and use that to escape our solar system and conquer the rest of the galaxy. Also, I wonder if Ymir's curse is going to transfer during that time period or if it just pauses when she's in a coma. That'd be interesting. The female Titan also has a unique ability to draw pure Titans to herself with the Scream. When Annie Lionheart becomes trapped by the scouts in the forest of the giant tree, she attracts a swarm of Titans which free her basically by consuming her body. It's a neat trick that makes capturing her in the wilderness of Paradise Island almost impossible. When I was young, I once was at a bar on some random island in Thailand. The main entertainment at this bar was drunk tourists who would enter a Muay Thai ring and just basically beat the crap out of each other for one round. They would get paid for their troubles in large amounts of alcohol. Now, one of the fights I saw was this small Asian guy who clearly knew how to fight and move around. He was facing a much bigger Australian guy who was hammered and didn't know how to fight. In the beginning, the Australian guy was getting thrown around by the better fighter. This happened maybe 4 or 5 times, but on the 6th time, the smaller Asian guy popped his shoulder trying to throw the larger guy. The point of this story is that no matter how skilled you are in hand-to-hand combat, in a straight fight, size and power usually wins. Annie's female Titan is massive, but compared to the other Titan shifters, she lacks the raw strength, weight, and power to truly dominate enemies. While she can clinically take apart opponents with careful submissions and leg locks, when the enemy can regenerate limbs and feel very little pain, these types of moves don't matter much. The female Titan's main weakness is it just is not very durable, and it also lacks knockout strength. The female Titan, unlike the attack Titan and the armor Titan, has a large amount of its muscle fiber exposed and not covered in skin or armor. This gives it much more flexibility, but ultimately makes it a lot less resistant to physical damage. Also, like the attack Titan, the female Titan seems to bear some resemblance to the operator, making it easier for people to figure out who the Titan shifter is. Annie's resemblance to her Titan was one of the many reasons why the scouts suspected that she was the female Titan. Ultimately, versatility and the term jack of all trades is just another word for being mediocre or average at everything. Now, the female Titan so far has only gone up against the attack Titan in the anime. Right? While Annie was able to take advantage of Eren Yeager's lack of skill and experience in their first matchup, we see that even with her hardening abilities, the Attack Titan's pure offensive power and speed makes it a terrific matchup against the female Titan. The Attack Titan eventually prevails over the female Titan, leading to Annie's capture, but in Annie's defense, she was caught behind enemy lines and also being chased by several elite scout soldiers. But then again, that is one of the advantages of the Attack Titan. Wherever Eren Yeager goes, his crazy elite girlfriend Mikasa is usually close behind him. Against the Armored Titan, the female Titan has both advantages and also weaknesses. As we saw when the Attack Titan fights the Armored Titan, submission moves work well on the less mobile and less flexible Armored Titan. The female Titan is an expert at these kind of moves. But there is a pretty large power gap between the Armored Titan and the female Titan. However, we have seen that Annie Lionheart is a much better fighter than Reiner Braun in human form, so we're going to give her Titan the edge here. Now, because the female Titan has exposed muscle fiber across her body and no armor, the Colossal Titan's team might pose a larger challenge here. However, her speed and mobility will allow her to easily avoid its slower attacks. The Jaw Titan depends mainly on speed as well. The female Titan would be pretty good matchup here and can use her larger size and power to take it out while matching its mobility. The Beast Titan's range attacks will be pretty easy for the female Titan to avoid. The lanky figure of the Beast Titan gives it a lot of range in a stand-up fight. The female Titan will need to use her mobility and agility to get inside of its defenses and attack its core region. The question is, though, does the female Titan have enough power behind its punches and attacks to take out something as large as the Beast Titan? The Warhammer Titan's hardening abilities make it extremely unpredictable. The female Titan's fast hardening abilities are a good counter against its surprise crystal attacks. Although whether the female Titan's hardening abilities is strong enough to pierce its crystal armor is a whole nother question. The Car Titan, as usual, depends on what kind of armament is strapped onto its back. The female Titan's lack of durability could make her more vulnerable than other Titans we've covered before, even to smaller anti-personnel weapons like machine guns. While Annie's female Titan might struggle against some of the larger Titans because of her lack of durability and strength, when she's going up against the Survey Corps, she's basically unstoppable, especially because she has that hardening ability which protects the nape in her neck. Well guys, let me know in the comment section below what you think about the female Titan. Also, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button down below so you don't miss out on the rest of our Titan breakdown series. See you guys next time.